All right, so starting off this presentation by saying that this is all going to be recorded, so this is going to be seen by a lot of different people for my class. But let me put this into perspective for you. You're going about your day, you wake up, brush your teeth, get clothes, you're on your phone and stuff like that, right? What's the next problem you face going to work?
How much gas is in the tank?
Yeah, like the money that you're going to use for it, common stressor. The environment around you, the people that you talk with every day, common stressor. And as that piles out throughout the day, more stress. And this also goes when you go to school. Even more stress built up from people, teachers, your parents, other people who have to look at you every single day for 12 years. A lot of stress. But when the brain comes with a problem, there is a lot of things that the brain needs to do to try and fix that problem. And the brain connects experiences, and these neuron transfer things are called synapses. And when synapses form, they're basically little spigots of information in the brain that connects with one another, saying this is how you solve this. And these are formed from where you live, your environment, like your family, when you're raised, how you see the world from home. And it could be a bad experience. And David J. Bretholt wrote a document called How Parental Substance Abuse Affects Children. And he documented that 51% of those who were overindulged said there was an addiction in their family of origin. This could be abusing others, abusing a substance, and abusing anything that could be power related or ego related, transferred into their child's life. And that is called mirroring. When a child mirrors how their family acts, how their peers act. And that stress in the environment was documented and researched by a document called The Unacceptable Rise, an investigation of school shootings in the United States. They documented that over the past 50 years, reports that the average number of multi-victim shootings each year has increased from about 17 over the course of the past 25 years, from 1966 to 1991. Now, that's almost tripled since the 2000s. And one of the most common things that have been put together is stress. When stress is introduced into the environment, it can cause a lot of mental turmoil. And turmoil is just a common phrase that researchers like to use when the brain goes through a lot. And that one single thing called stress causes a sort of domino effect where one thing can cause another to collapse, so on, so forth. So if you get raised in an environment with an abusive household who like are very abusive towards you or other people, you're gonna think that's okay to act that way or to perceive things in that certain way. And that's how shootings start in schools. And the brain connects things in a certain way that aren't okay for other people, but to them it's totally normal. And that's what the domino effect's all about. It's more so how you get brought up in your environment and how you think things should go. But the things that you do cause other things to fall. And this also falls with another place we all know is Russia. Their government is very corrupt. There's a lot of stress in the environment, a lot of death, and a lot of stress. And in that environment, there's just a lot of corruption, and they don't get as paid as much, which is a lot of economic stress. And not too long ago, over 830 children were held in a school with 2 adults killing a lot of civilians, over 370 staff, other students, custodians, and they were ones a target of bullying in that exact school, and it was just caused by layered amounts of stress. But that type is more so-called a rampage shooting, which is all it is a cause from an initial stressor in the environment over years and years. And this also goes back with the domino effect, like I said before, where one thing falls to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And when this happens, like I said before, this was studied by how parental stress negatively affects kids. And this was studied by Katie Hurley. And when that stress is introduced to the home, it, like I said, with the domino effect, it proceeds slowly. And it's mirrored. So, for example, she states, even when parents are able to remain calm and avoid yelling, kids pick up on the tension in the home and experience stress, anxiety, and other negative emotions as a result. And since children are naturally curious and they grow up in environments to want to learn and want to gain new knowledge and information, that build up of knowledge, whether it's good or bad, affects all environments, including schools. So that's why school shootings in America tend to be heightened, because there's a lot of stress going on, like gas prices, government, economy, environment, global warming. The list is endless. And there's always something going on. But there was an examination of the U.S. school mass shootings in 2017 to 2022. And in 2021, gun violence claimed 45,027 lives, including 200,000 suicides. And that's just in 2021, not including 2022 or 2023. And that's almost tripled over the past 25 years. And there wasn't a lot going on back then, but now the stress is high as ever. And it's important to know how to reduce those stresses in the environment for other people to know that you're okay. Like, knowing what someone else is going through is important to lower stress. Like talking with you about how I feel or how you feel. Because if you know what someone else is going through and you're like, hey, if you want to talk, or, just like build on a connection with other people, because the people that are shadowed in their home lives are the ones that usually start this rampage shooting incidences. But, sorry, final conclusion here before I wrap everything up is stress as a whole causes a lot of damage in schools and in the home. So if you see anyone struggling with internal stress, you should always reach out, because you don't know what will happen next. Thank you for participating in my speech.
Yeah.